Hey, what's going on, everybody? I look across YouTube all the time and I see people doing deck profiles, so I thought, hey, let's have some fun. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring there. So today I'm going to be coming at you with my personal build for the Dino 2020 deck. So without further ado, not going to waste any of your time, let's get right into it. First of all, shout outs to Team Samurai for this absolutely beautiful Charmers playmat. I saw this when it was made available, and I thought, we are making an impulse purchase today. Without further ado, let's get into the profile. So, pretty standard stuff for dinos. We have 3 Oviraptor and 3 Miscellaneousaurus. Dino players, enjoy this while you can, because this card is about to get absolutely slapped down, and probably Oviraptor as well. These cards are self-explanatory. If you're playing dinos, you have to play 3 of each. Enough said there. I'm only playing 2 Archosaur. I've seen different builds played at 1. I've seen builds played at 3. I think 2 is the perfect ratio because if you draw one, you more so want this to stay in your deck, which is why some people play it at 1. But drawing 1 can be good too, especially if you draw another baby in your hand. And for the babies, I am playing the 2 Baby Ceratosaurus and the 1 Petite Pteranodon. I think this is a good ratio. Playing more, it's okay, but you want to make space for some other stuff in the deck, so I think these are good ratios for either of them. You want Archosaur in your deck so you can resolve double evolution pill, and summoning off of Miscellaneousaurus. I mean, you're vulnerable to hand traps with Miscellaneousaurus if they hit it in the grave, but still just having 2 in the deck so you can resolve it is good, and then I just think these are good ratios for both of these. That's it for the, I guess, normal monsters you will be playing. So for the boss monsters, we have 2 Tyranno. 2 is all you need. One's just not enough, and 3 is just too many. So 2 is really all you're going to ever see come up. Self-explanatory there. I'm playing the 1 Pankratops because he's only at 1. If he were at more, I would absolutely be making space for this. The 1 Giant Rex because he's essentially a free special summon. You banish him, you get him out. You can't attack directly with him, which kind of sort of invalidates him with Conductor, but it doesn't really end up coming up to that. You're more so going to use him to bring out Dalka or Logia if you can't get another summon on the field. And the spicy tech, I am actually main decking the 1 Tyranno Infinity, and the reason for that is because nobody ever sees this coming. You banish a bunch of dinos, and then you just slap this down, and you attack for game. It's hilarious, and it comes up more than you think, believe it or not. That's it for the main monsters. Let's get into the spells. I'm running 3 Lost World plus the 1 Terraforming. I am not playing Mystic Mind because I decided to stop being a degenerate. I mean, Lost World at 3, it's kind of self-explanatory. You can just do so much with this card in your deck. You can use the token for so many things. You can special summon out a bunch of stuff. You protect your dinos when you have the token. So playing 4 copies of this with Terraforming in here is just great. I don't play the Metaverse because that's just too slow. I am playing, of course, the 3 Fossil Dig. That's a standard for dinos. Enjoy this while you got it, because this is probably going to get hit as well, because this is not once per turn. This card says search any of your combo pieces. No questions asked. And then the 2 Double Evolution Pill. You're only playing 2 Conductors, so this is all you need. Same situation, 1's not enough, 3 is too many, so this is just the good ratio there. Except for the Dino spells, for the O spells I'm playing, this is the Extravagance build, so you of course need 3 Extravagance. If you're trying to go budget, then that's really a tough situation, because Extravagance is really the one that works out the best. You can try Pot of Desires if you want, but there's just a lot of stuff you don't want to banish in here. You can sort of get away with it, but Extravagance really is the better card if you can go for it. And then I am main decking, like I said, this deck is not budget friendly, the 3 Triple Tactical Talent. Again, if you can't afford this card, I would just increase your numbers of some of the other cards, like bring Baby Ceratosaurus to 3, Petite Pteranodon to 2, just put in some other budget cards. Again, there's really not a budget alternative for this, because in this format it's just so useful. I mean, you get hand trapped, you get to draw into more cards, or you get to take one of your opponent's cards. This card's an Alta Dragoon, which is pretty hard to do without some of the other cards. Or just ripping cards out of your opponent's hand is really good. And then last up for the spells, I am main decking the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and the reason for that is because we do not like back row, and Mystic Mine is a card. Enough said there. That's it for the regular main decks, and then for the hand traps I'm playing in the deck, this is the 2020 format, so of course we are playing the Gamma package. A lot of people don't, but one, this is a going second deck, so Gamma is just a great card. Two, if you end up not needing it and you have the double evolution pill, then this can serve as your normal monster. So it kind of unbricks itself if you end up not having to use it. I'm playing the 3 Nibiru. I am main decking it because, one, there's a lot of people in my locals who overextend with monsters so many times. We have a couple Dragon League players, Virtual World players, so just dropping Nibiru on them is both beneficial and hilarious. And two, a lot of people forget that Lost World works with any token, including a Nibiru token. So if you resolve Nibiru and then you go to your turn and you activate Lost World, you're immediately under the protection. So they can't target your dinos at all. You can do shenanigans with the Nibiru token with the Lost World, and it just ends up coming up more than you think. And then for the last hand trap, I have the 3 Infinite Impermanents. I'm not playing Ash Blossom just because Imperm does that a little bit better. Yeah, you're kind of screwed if you already have a monster on your side of the field. Like if you resolve Nibiru first and then you have the Imperm in your hand or you have the Gamma in your hand, it kind of locks you into it. But just as a standard package, this is kind of the staple for this format. And I just personally found that this works in the main deck well. And if not, you can tutor stuff to your side deck. You can toss some of this in the side deck if you want. These can really be any hand traps that you so desire. I'm just choosing to main deck these because it's worked out for me in my locals. That's it for the main deck. It is a 42 card main deck, which is kind of pushing it a little bit. If you want to knock that down to an even 40, then you don't have to main deck cards like the Tyranno Infinity or the Harpy's Feather Duster. I've just found that putting them in the main deck has worked out for me, so 42 cards hasn't really been an issue. Onto the extra deck. This is Dinosaur Extravagance, so 2 Dalka, 2 Logia. That's kind of self-explanatory there. For the combo package, I am running the 1 Almirage, the 2 Link Karibo, and the 2 Secure Gardena. So the Almirage may seem strange because the normal combo is Link Karibo into Secure Gardena so you can resolve double evolution pill after you've had Archosaur on the Archosaur, whatever, potato. After you have that on the field, you link in a Link Karibo, then you go into Secure Gardena so you can resolve double evolution pill. I have had so many instances where I have had either Archosaur in my hand and I can't resolve it because I've already used a normal summon, or I just already drew double evolution pill and all I have is, say, Petit Pteranodon or Baby Ceratosaurus in my hand, and I'm just kind of stuck from there. You normal summon the baby, you link an Almirage, then you go into Secure Gardena, and then your play is saved. That has come up more times than I can count, so teching in the Almirage can actually really save you if you can find the space, which I have managed to find it. Up next, we just have some of the other useful stuff that you can have. I am running 2 Pentastag. A lot of people only run this at 1, but I'm running it 2 because you don't really want to banish this off of Extravagance because this card just comes up so much. This card helps in time. This card helps to deal extra damage just to put the game away. You put Conductor under this card, you're dealing piercing and everything. It's just phenomenal. For the other links, I'm running the 1 Phoenix, the 1 Unicorn. That's pretty standard. We don't like back row, so if you just need to out something, it just comes up. For your, I guess, quote-unquote additional boss monster, I am running the Zero Boros. Interesting enough. I'm not running the access code package, because 1, you're playing Extravagance, so you're probably going to end up banishing cards like Halqifibrax and Selene if you run that anyway. 2, this is a deck where you're banishing stuff, so a card that benefits when you banish things is just amazing. Plus, nobody ever sees this coming. You special summon something under this, you banish their entire board, you get him back. I mean, extend your hand, shake it, GG, you know? And then the last spot, I'm running the 1 Draco Berserk Tenyi. I'm not running Cyframe Lord Omega, just because, yeah, ripping a card out of your opponent's hand is nice, but this just comes up so much more. You get the extra protection from a monster effect, and then you can just gain some extra attacks by swinging for game from this when you get the extra attack. It just comes up so much more than the Cyframe would. That's it for the extra deck. I can show you side deck. This is just mainly tutored for my locals. The 3 Droll and Lockbird. One of them is a different set. That kind of bugs me. Droll, it's just a great card in this current format. I have a couple Dragon Link players at my locals. I have some Infernoble and Virtual World, so just stopping them from adding cards to their hand pretty much just shuts down their entire play. I'm only running the 2 Lancia. I used to run the 3, but I just found some other cards that work so much better. Lancia's, again, just a good card in this format. There's a lot of decks that banish stuff. I never really come up in the mirror match, but this just shuts down Dino plays. This shuts down Virtual World. This absolutely shuts down Infernoble because they need to banish some other stuff as well. I did find space in the side deck for Kaijus, just because it comes up so much. There's so many problematic cards that you just need to out. If they end on Dragoon, if they end on, say, Savage Union Carrier. Dino doesn't really care about Union Carrier against Dragon Link, but against other major negates, you just want to get that off the board. Now, the thought process behind it is you just want to stop them from getting to that point, so a Kaiju is kind of useless. Problem is, if you just can't get to that point, a Kaiju just helps with that extra little push. The 2 Dark Ruler, I used to main deck 3 of them, but it ended up not coming up as much as cards like, say, Nibiru. But you still do want to have this in case you come up against decks that just put up a bunch of monster negates and then you just stop them. Like I said, this deck is not budget friendly. I do have the 3 Lightning Storm. We don't like back row. Enough said. And then the last couple, I have the Skill Drain and the Imperial Order. I have a couple Sky Striker players at my locals, and this could just shut down other decks like Zodiac and Dragon Link. And then the Skill Drain, I mean, it kind of hurts your own deck because you turn off your own Dolka and your Conductor, but this can just put away so many other matchups. I mean, if you just get Conductor on the field, he's a 3,500 beater. That's hard for other decks to out without monster effects. So just resolving Skill Drain or Order can just win you the game sometimes, honestly. And that is it for the profile. Hope you enjoyed. Again, shoutouts to Team Samurai for the lovely playmat. And hope you just have a great rest of the day.